Welcome to 2025. Did you make any resolutions this year? If you did, how you doing? We open up this week's favorite reads with thinking about habits when setting New Year resolutions. Instead of setting resolutions, think about changing habits. And we have 4 tips about setting those habits. First, habits are more specific than resolutions. We want to think about making them SMART. That's an acronym for specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, and time specific. Number 2, start small to build momentum and create new habits. Don't say I'm going to exercise every day. That's really hard to do. If you miss a day or 2 or 3, you feel like you're all off track and it gets hard to get back on. If you start small, I'm going to exercise 1 day a week or 2 or 3 or whatever the number is, and build from there. Because if it makes you feel good, you're going to want to do it more. Number 3, habits create consistency. Think about that, especially in terms of your financial habits and doing things like paying yourself first, which is having money come out of your paycheck, every paycheck, that goes towards your retirement or towards specific goals that you have, about building budgets and understanding where your money is going. And last, habits can also change negative behaviors. You could do things to keep you from watching too much TV or being on social media too much or having those snacks late at night. There's some steps that you can take that we talk about in the blog to help you avoid those negative habits. We also have this week our favorite reads of the last 3 weeks. The first one, how parents can help their boomerang child without derailing their own retirement. Today's world has become more and more common for kids to come back home after they're done with school. You want to be careful that those expenses don't derail your retirement. So there's some suggestions to help you with that. And even if you are in position to help, it can make sense to do things like charge your child rent, not because you're going to keep the money, but you can give it back to them when they move out. And that way you've helped them save along the way too. It's about helping them build good habits along the way. Number 2, our second article is 7 hidden traps of retirement. Loss of identity, lack of structure, and social isolation are 3 key ones that come up when I talk to clients about retirement and what they might think about or what they might be experiencing. For a lot of us, our identity is built around our job, and when we lose our job, we lose that identity. We don't have the same structure because we don't have to get up at a specific time. We don't have to be specific places at specific times during the day. And some of our work friends are not going to be friends after we leave work. So you can become socially isolated very easily. So you want to make sure you do things for that. There's some others in the article as well, but those were 3. Our third article, we have inheritance simplified, how assets are passed down. They can pass through a will, they can pass through a trust, they can pass through beneficiary designations. Those are 3 of the ways, and they're all different. And it's important you know the distinctions and to do things properly, whichever way they're going to pass, and that you understand how that works. Our fourth article, we have 5 phrases that most mentally strong people use to spark happiness in hard times. Some people are really good at keeping happy no matter how difficult things get. So what kind of phrases can they use? It's not what I lost, it's what I still have. That's one. Another one, an old Beatles song, Let It Be. There's some others that are also helpful. And then last we have, does it make sense to file early for Social Security and invest in the market? In general, I don't think it does, because if you wait to take your Social Security, it continues to grow. And between full retirement age, which is 67 for those born in 1960 or later, and 70, your benefit's going to grow at 8% per year, plus it still takes that cost of living increase also still factors in. Some years the market's going to do better than that, but other years it's not. There's a lot of benefit that can come with getting that guaranteed 8% return. The article also addresses things like the possibility that there could be changes to Social Security and how to think about that. Hope you find this week's content helpful. Again, Happy New Year to all of you. Hope you have your best year yet. And I will be back again next week with a full-length blog. Thanks for listening. Have a Happy New Year and take care.